It's been a very busy week in the NHL, so no joking around, let's get straight to the news. Topic number 1. Somebody got a haircut! Oh, thanks for noticing. Actual topic number 1. I can't believe it's been this long since I've spoken to you last, but Jaroslav Halak was traded to the St. Louis Blues in exchange for Lars Eller and Ian Schultz. A lot of people saying the Habs got fleeced. Now, I don't think they got fleeced, but even though trading Halak early allowed them to sign Thomas Plekanec, I think they should have waited longer. Don't know too much about Ian Schultz other than he put up decent numbers on the Calgary Hitmen, the WHL champions, brother of the Washington Capitals Jeff Schultz, who knows all about the Canadiens. Round 1, exit to your left, and Lars Eller is going to be a heck of a hockey player. Lars Eller, by the way, drafted by the St. Louis Blues after the Blues got that pick from the Sharks, after the Sharks got that pick from guess who? You guessed it, that pick was part of the deal that brought Toskala to Toronto. So in the end, I think the Habs got quality for Halak. I just think they could have done a lot better. Might as well stick with the Habs. They signed Thomas Plekanec for 6 years at $5 million a season. It doesn't surprise me that he's getting $5 million a season, but you need to be positive he's worth it. 25 goals in a 70-point season? Not bad. 20 goals and 39 points in 80 games the year before. I feel similar about this deal to the way I felt about the Camilleri signing last summer. Great player, but is he worth the money? Well, I think Mike proved in the playoffs that yeah, he is. The frig? What the hell was that? Are you kidding? Sorry about the little blip in the video, guys. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon in Toronto on June 23rd. And there was an earthquake. So, in the mood for hockey still? If it happens again, I'm booking it. So next topic, let's talk about an earthquake of a trade between the Boston Bruins and the Florida Panthers. Thank you, Mother Nature, for the best segue ever. Nathan Horton and Gregory Campbell head to Boston in exchange for Dennis Wideman, the 15th overall pick in this week's NHL entry draft, and a third rounder in 2011. What a shakeup. Earthquakes are a crappy pun bonanza, but a big trade nonetheless. My first impression when I heard about this trade?
I didn't know Nathan Horton was that good.
But Boston seems to think he is. And I don't really buy into the theory that this move means Boston's going to try to get Caberlet. However, you can either get a future franchise player in Taylor Hall or Tyler Seguin, or you can trade that pick and get an experienced player to add to your already very strong team and make them a true contender. Let's not forget the Bruins were one Heimlich maneuver away from the third round. So if I'm Boston, I strongly consider trading that pick. Now there were lots more signings and moves, but I want to talk about 2 more things before we go. One of the most decorated players in hockey history, Scott Niedermayer, is retiring. And I think CBC's Jeff Merrick said it best. Stanley Cup, Olympic gold, World Championship, World Cup, Memorial Cup, and the Norris Trophy. Some people might be saying he could still play. I guess, but to prove what? And the final thing I want to talk about, the Hockey Hall of Fame. A lot of people in an uproar that Pat Burns didn't get in. Personally, I find the whole induction process just really trivial and annoying. Oh, he'll get in one day. Oh, so-and-so will get in, but he'll probably have to wait 5 years. Look, if they earned it, they earned it. Let them in. If 1 year you get 12 that deserve to be in, let 12 in. And then if there's like 5 years where you don't induct anyone because you don't think they deserve it, well then don't. And I feel bad because a bit lost in all this, Angela James and Cami Granato made history. They're the first women to have their faces hang in the Great Hall. So before I go, I talked about a bunch of moves and want to know what you think of them. A lot of things I didn't talk about either, like the Dan Hamhuis trade, Matt Cook was re-signed, so you tell me about those things as well. What was your favorite Scott Niedermayer moment? And I really want to know what you think about the Hockey Hall of Fame. And last but not least, the NHL entry draft is this week. I'm going to be doing a full draft preview show on the Steve Dangle Show on Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. If you're watching this right now and you missed the show, shame on you. But we normally put the podcast up about an hour and a half after the show. Been talking to some players and coaches around Canadian Major Junior, asking them about some of the major draft prospects, and they have some pretty interesting input. So tune in, tell me what you think, and stay away from earthquakes.